God's putting on my heart to. God, I was talking about this just now. Some of the brothers, like you guys, if you're a true servant of God, you should be knowing this stuff already. Like if you don't even know this, then you're not doing something right. Okay. Let's quote even Psalms 115 about being dumb, deaf, and blind like your idols. Because if you do Christmas and stuff like that, you're doing idolatry as well. Because you're bound down under an evergreen tree. That evergreen tree is your Christmas tree. Well, I'm not bound down to it like that. It's talking about like you serve it, because you're teaching your children covetness as well. I want that. No, I want my that new toy. I want this. I want that. No, how about you just be quiet and be thankful for the things that you got. Stop coveting after things like I want. No, you get the things that you need. Like, okay, it says in Jeremiah 10, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thou sayest the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, which are the Gentiles, pagans, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain, meaning foolish in the strongs, and also led astray, because if you do Christmas, it's going to lead you astray from Jehovah. Okay, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the workman with the work of the hands of the workman with an axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and hammers that move not. Even the Septuagint, when as far as saying they bring it into their house. So after they cut the tree down out of the forest, they bring it into their house, then they decorate it. Because I'm gonna break it down a little more after when I finish off this last verse. They're upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They needs must to be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is in them to do good. But these people that do Christmas, they need to be born again, because they're not born again at all. Like, why do you think they're even celebrating Christmas? Because they're being deceived by this church, like these churches, like Jeremiah 23, one to the pastors scattered my father's people. Even later on in the chapter, like these pastors, they say, "Oh, burn the Lord, burn the Lord," because they always use these excuses like, "Oh no, we keep the 2 and that sums up the 10." No, you keep the 2 and the 10, because the Messiah magnified the law and made it honorable. He didn't take the 10 Commandments away and just like, "Oh, I take the 10 away and here's the 2. Don't worry about the 10." Okay, let me ask you a question. If you love thy God with all thy heart, soul, and mind, and all thy might, are you gonna covet thy neighbor's wife? No. Are you gonna steal, murder, commit adultery, have any other gods before God? No. Okay, so you're gonna keep the 10 Commandments. The same thing, like if you really love your neighbor as yourself, are you gonna sin against God? No. Because like in order to love your neighbor as yourself, you have to rebuke sin, and you're not gonna be able to rebuke sin if you're in error and you're not even following God properly. So you're basically like confusing yourself with all these false doctrines, because how are you supposed to even how are you supposed to go find God's people if you're in error and you're like following all these man-made traditions, eating pork and all this? Like you're not just doing yourself, you're doing God's people. And because you don't love God's people, because you're not doing just yourself but God's people, you're not loving thy neighbor as thyself. So if you love thy neighbor as thyself, you're going to keep the 10. If you love God all thy heart, soul, and mind, you're going to keep all 10. Because when it said again in Isaiah 42:20, he magnified the law, made it honorable. He magnified it, he elevated it, he refreshed it. Because Yeshua came to like reconcile us back unto Jehovah and even pay the way for the Gentiles to be grafted in. You can go read Ephesians 2, like 8 to 14 in your own time, because I want to go back to this in Jeremiah 10 while I was reading prior to what I said before. Also, wait, before Jeremiah 23, like later on in the chapter, it says like they have spoken things that I have not commanded them, or I have not told them. Wait, so where did it come from? It's either from the vain imaginations and the deceived heart, or the devil just whispering in their ears and just telling them to lie to all these people. Because a lot of these pastors don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about your family. They just care about their nice suit. They're gonna get next. They got their fancy car, their house. They don't give a shit about you. They just care about the money, man. Why do you think pastors make like what, $60,000 to $80,000 a year? Some of them make even more than that. So, what does this sound like to me? And if you tell me right now, this doesn't sound like a Christmas tree, you're just retarded. Oh no, you call me retarded. Yeah, you're retarded. The Bible calls you retarded. Oh, that's not so nice. Wait, you just come retard, you sin. Like, that's like some people think it's a swear word. Or they think like, that's not so nice. Was when God calls people whores or sluts, like when God calls people like whoring, because when you go after false gods, you're whoring yourself spiritually, because you're serving out these other gods. You're acting like a whore towards God. So basically, if you translate whore, it means slut or prostitute. So he's calling you like a slut as well. Oh, oh, that's not really a swear word. Some people like say that. As I've witnessed it. Okay, so if I walk up to your mom, right, and I look at her and I'm like, your mom's such a slut. Wait, what? Why do you just cuss on my mom? Yeah, now you think it's a swear word. Well, but it's not. It's depending how you use it, because you can slander someone. Swearing is not a sin. It just depends how you use it. Like, say if my brother calls me and I'm on the phone like, oh, I'm taking a shit right now, my stomach fucking hurts, but oh wait, what, you gonna tell me I sinned because I said that? No, that's just self-righteous. Like, I don't swear a lot, but I just swear right there just to show you an example. I do tend to there, but I just tend to like not swear as when it's not necessary. Or if like you're listening, then I don't have to. But if I explain it like that, then I don't have to. But in Jeremiah 10, right? They cut the tree down out of the forest, right? Or like modern days, like they go to the store and they buy the Christmas tree from the store, right? You bring it into your house, and then you start decorating it with all your ornaments, silver and gold. What does that sound like? Oh, it's called a carved idol. No, where does it say carved? If you agree it's a Christmas tree, then okay, you at least understand that. But now, since you understand that, go write a check for half. Like, if you like even preach one time to someone falsely, you scatter God's goods. You scatter His people. Even if you preach falsely to one person, so oh, Jesus loves you. You lie to them, so you scatter them. Even one person, you scatter His people. Even if it's one person, that was a potential sheep that you scattered. So write a check for half. Go read Luke 16. It's like, keep the 10 commandments, eat clean, stop serving and obeying these pagan holidays, just like what I said. No, I said the Bible said. Mark 7 says, how be in vain